What's going on, nation? Today I want to answer a question I get asked a lot, and it's should I be training my abs while I'm bulking? And it's a really good question to ask, and there are multiple answers to this question, which is probably why a lot of you guys are so confused. And there's not multiple answers because there is a definite right and a definite wrong. It basically comes down to what your overall goal is in terms of your training. But let's think about why people ask this question to begin with, because there is a myth that needs to kind of be kicked to the curb. And people ask this question because they're so worried that while they're bulking, if they're training their abs, the abs are going to get bigger and then push all that fat forward and make them look fatter than they already are from all the bulking. And what I have to say to that is, number one, when you're bulking, if you're bulking naturally, you shouldn't be gaining 20 to 30 pounds of fat anyways, because it doesn't make a difference and it's not going to make you gain more muscle. All it's going to do is just make you look fatter than you should when you're bulking. And number two, if it was so easy to build big, strong abs, everyone would have big, strong abs. Like, you're not going to go to the gym and do a bunch of ab exercises, and then all of a sudden your abs grew like 6 inches and your gut is out to here. Like, people have this mindset. It's like when people say, oh, I don't want to go to the gym because I don't want to get too big. You know, like we've all heard people say that. You got to apply that mindset to your abs. Training your abs, if anything, you're going to make this area tighter, and you're going to be able to, reduce the size of your gut, and you're going to be able to kind of pull everything in nice and tight. So even if you're bulking and you're getting that layer of fat, you're not necessarily pushing things out. If anything, you're going to be pulling things in and get things tighter, all right? But let me get back to what I was talking about in terms of goal. So training abs in general, now that we've dispelled this myth of it'll make you look fat, you get the people on this side that say you don't need to train abs because you get enough ab training when you're doing heavy exercises like deadlifting and squatting and all these core-related exercises. And then you got guys on this side of the equation that say you have to train your abs because if you want them to pop and you want to have blocky abs and shredded obliques, you have to train that area just like you would train any other muscle in your body. And what's the difference between these two groups of people? Well, over here you have the bodybuilder, aesthetics crew, and over here you got more of the power lifters, so the people who really don't care about having abs to begin with. Now, how do you answer this question? Well, if your goal is more powerlifting or you don't really care about having abs, you're going to get a nice strong core from doing all your heavy compound lifts. And you don't have to worry about training your abs. It has nothing to do with making your gut look super huge. All it has to do is what your end goal is and how aesthetic you want to look. The people on this side who are bodybuilders, when they're bulking, obviously you're going to gain some fat. You're going to get a layer of fat over your torso. That's where most of us carry our fat to begin with. We gain a little extra body fat. In this group of people, when it's time to cut, you don't want to have trained every muscle in your body besides your abs, and then when you shred all that fat off and you flex in the mirror, your biceps look great, your chest looks great, traps look great, triceps look great, legs look great, and then your abs look like shit because you never trained them. I made a video about a year ago called How to Get Blocky Abs, and I'll post a link to that video down in the info section below. And guys, it is true that when you lose body fat, you will be able to see your abs, but if you guys have ever noticed the difference between someone like me who trains abs, like my abs are blocky abs. They pop out, they stick out. If you just lose body fat, you'll see the abs, but it's more like a flat surface, and you kind of see the thin outlines. If you want them to pop, you have to put the work in. And that video that I just mentioned has exercises that you can do, and I go over and I explain high volume versus low volume and heavy weight and low weight and all that stuff so there's no confusion. And I really don't want to get into it in this video, but at the end of the day, the way to best answer this question is you got to figure out what your goal is. If your goal is you eventually want to cut down and get super shredded, then you have to train your abs, or else when you shred, your core is going to be the weakest part of your body, and it's not going to match your big arms and big chest, and you're going to have, really dumb looking abs. But if you're a power lifter and your goal is never really to cut down because you're more focused on doing your powerlifting and getting as big as possible, then your core is going to be fine. It's going to be super strong from doing all your heavy compound lifts. And you never plan on cutting down, so you don't even care if people can see your abs to begin with. And not for nothing, but a lot of the really big powerlifting dudes, I mean, they just want to be as big as possible. You know, it's very rare that you see a huge powerlifter that takes off his shirt and has a shredded six-pack, and it's for that very reason. It's because they're different goals. So I hope this answers your question. If you have any more questions about this topic, leave those comments down in the comment section below. And for those of you who are looking for a really fun 30-day, 500 reps a day challenge, make sure you check out my latest video I just put out this week. It's an at-home routine. You can do it pretty much anywhere. Only thing you really need is a pull-up bar, and that's easy to come by. Make sure you check it out. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.
Go.